But one thing I talk about in sales is getting to cruising altitude. Now, how many of you flew to get here? I'm sorry to hear that, right? Flying anywhere right now is a nightmare. But if you go on the runway and the airplane is taking off the runway, how important is it that the airplane goes full throttle? What if it only went half throttle off the runway? What would happen? It would have to make two choices. It could either stop, or it can continue at half throttle and do what? Does this sound like the story of a lot of salespeople in this industry? So what happens when you go half throttle in sales? Two things can happen. You can either crash, or you can stop and give up. So what does it take to get to cruising altitude? Take a wild guess. The questions get harder. Got to go full throttle. Got to give it 100%. 100% effort to mastery of this stuff. Truly make a commitment to yourself to be excellent, to be great.
It's time to listen up, closers. Before you go any further, you need to hear this. The Grosso University Sales Academy Masterclass is not just another training opportunity. This is the most in-demand, highest-rating sales training program in the history of the home improvement industry. Thousands of sales warriors just like you have gone through this life-changing program taught by our world-class head sales trainer, Daniel Coombsbury, and they are winning more and bigger because of it. If you're serious about dominating in sales, this is where you go to sharpen your edge. The best part is, it's 100% virtual and happens on the second Monday of every month, so there are absolutely zero excuses not to invest in your growth and development. Why don't you go ahead and hit the link in the description to learn more and lock in your spot and get ready to ignite the greatness within. On behalf of Grosso University, yes, you are a closer, and back to the video.
So I'm going to talk about one of my favorite athletic stories in history, Muhammad Ali, but what was his most favorite affirmation? I am the greatest. Did he say I'm good? I'm okay. I'm kind of decent. He said, I am the greatest. He made a commitment to himself not to be good, to be excellent. We got to make that commitment here in sales. And the good news is once I master the art of the in-home sale, I can go into a house, hit the cruise control, hit the autopilot, and ride it into a sale, and it can become replicatable, duplicatable, and predictable. Has anyone ever had that before? You walk into a house and you're so dialed in, you walk up with a sale, you can't even tell me what the hell happened. That's called getting to the unconscious competent. And we're going to talk about why that's important in this business, in this closers camp. Dan Coombsbury will lay that on thick. But again, we want you to be a shining star, not a shooting star. So, happiness. When are you going to allow yourself to be happy? You can do it right now. When are you going to allow yourself to be happy? Raise your hand if you can confidently say that I'm happy. Okay, I'm glad I see quite a few hands. Now, let me ask you a question. Does happiness have anything to do with your achievements? No, why not? You always get to decide to be happy. Let's give them a hand. Give yourselves 50 points there. Let's get the stampers, 50 points. You get to decide. Happiness is a decision that you can make up at any stage in your life. And there's this really famous quote by a guy named Albert Schweitzer I absolutely love. He said, success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. Happiness is the key to success. Now, why is that important? Think about sales. Who do people want to be around? People that are negative, that are depressed, that are literally miserable, got stinking thinking, or people that are radiating joy and happiness and a positive vibe. You hear about positive vibes, right? That's a real thing. Every emotion we have gives off a vibration, for better or for worse. And we learned about the healing or destructive power of the spoken word, but also who you are, how you carry yourself and conduct yourself. Of course, I talk about the quote, being great at sales requires persistence, excelling requires perseverance, but a lot of this has to do with your level of happiness in your life. So a lot of people put it off into some future goal they have to achieve before they allow themselves to be happy. So for now, I'm just going to accept misery and poverty as a way of life.
Hold on, closers. Are you ready to stop losing deals to the same tired old objections?
At Grosso University, we've created this free closers guide just for you. which is a proven step-by-step framework to overcome any objection in the home improvement industry.
This is the exact system used by top producers in the game, closing at over 70% plus, including record-breaking selling streaks such as 40 sales in a row. Inside, you'll learn how to get to the true emotional root origin of every objection, crush resistance with confidence, and close like an absolute professional. The best part is, this framework will teach you how to become a tenacious one-call closer without building any pressure whatsoever. Don't leave money on the table. Download your free closer's guide now and start turning objections into opportunities. As always at Grosso University, yes, you are a closer, and back to the video.
You can choose to be happy at any stage in your life. As a matter of fact, the quicker you allow yourself to be happy and be a happy person and be intentional about your mindset, your gratitude, the quicker you're going to achieve your goals. And it's actually not that I practice Buddhism or anything like that, but I think it's interesting. There's a quote from Buddha dating back to 2500 BC. He says, "There's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way." So success and money are simply a magnifying glass. So if I'm a miserable, unhappy person without money or success, what's going to happen when I have a lot of money? I'm more miserable. I can share that misery with a lot more people. However, if I'm a truly loving, giving, caring person, I'm a happy person, and if I have a lot more success and money, what can I do? I can share it, that love, that happiness, that gratitude with more people, okay? Now, a lot of times, though, we allow that one bad moment in our day, in our lives, to ruin our entire day or our entire lives. How many minutes are there in a day? 1,414 minutes in a day. Now, imagine I give you $1,414, and I take one of those dollars from you. Okay, I take one of those dollars from you, I light it on fire. Are you going to then take the rest of the $1,413 and throw it in the garbage? Or are you still going to keep it and try to maximize it? So what am I getting at here? If I have one bad minute, one bad moment in a day in my 1,414 minutes, does that mean I make the other 1,413 minutes? I stub my pinky toe on the end of my bed, my whole day is ruined. This world sucks, life sucks. Or I just chalk that up, hey, we got good things and bad things that happen to us, but I can choose how I respond, how I react to that. And I think you'd be surprised if you were intentional about gratitude and being thankful, how many good things happen to you in a day. Here's one exercise I challenge everybody to start doing. Whenever you can, get a notepad out each day. Just write down all the things that you're grateful for, all the things that you're thankful for, or all the good things that happened to you in a day. And get really detailed, like, I got to sleep in the bed instead of sleeping outside in the rain. I got to put on clothes, comfortable clothes. I got to put on some nice shoes. I get to drive in a nice, reliable vehicle that takes me from A to B or sometimes C, depending on where the leads are. I got people in my life that care for me, that love me, right? If you have children, if you have a significant other, you got clean water to drink, food to eat. Be intentional about what you're grateful for. So the thing about happiness is not something that's just going to happen to you on its own. Happiness is like exercise. It's like any diet. It's like anything. You have to be disciplined. You have to be intentional. Because the world will program you to be negative. It'll beat you down and keep you there if you let it, right? You watch Rocky Balboa. So life is a mean, nasty place. It'll beat you down and keep you there if you let it. But you can choose what you program into yourself, and the only thing you can really control is the 6 inches between your ears. But the quicker you allow yourself to be happy and start focusing on gratitude and the things that are going well for you, that's actually going to slingshot you forward in sales faster than anything you can imagine. So as you start reflecting on happiness and joy, and you start being intentional about gratitude and the things you're thankful for, all of a sudden, people start looking at you. Why is he always lucky? Why do good things start happening? What do you attract in the world? You attract not what you want, but what? Who you are. That's worth repeating. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. So you got to make up your mind who you want to be, who you are, and walk, talk, act, and behave as if you already are that person.